But I thought he was from Niger.
I won't lie. I will straight up say I stole that part of that joke from Brad Williams.
I think he wants to start the stream and subject us all to Jack Gunsky's horrible voice.
I'm not going to subject all y'all to Jack Gunsky's horrible voice just yet. I want to say a few words. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is Boys Night Out. As you can see, Angela's been taken over by the Will Collective.
Yeah.
So do that what you will. James will be joining us in a little bit. He is currently doing something. I forgot what he said, but oh crap! I forgot to pin the GoFundMe for him. He's probably on a little hard time, but if you look into the show notes, the description of this video or any video in the last couple of weeks, you should be able to find it. He just needs a little help. Anything's appreciated. With that, let us begin. I'm going to play the intro. I think y'all like it.
It's 106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
Welcome to the Midnight Show with the Midnight Crew. Rotncorpse, Angela Arrega, James Colley, Terry Diamantis, and our host, T. Alexander, with special guests, Mitch the Ripper, with that, ladies and gentlemen, let us begin.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Midnight Show, episode 38.
Yep, there's the ceiling good.
Yep, it is, isn't it? It's not mine.
Sure.
It isn't. As I said earlier, it's Boys Night Out, so we don't have Angela. Oh, wait, sorry, I take that back. We do have Angela, but she's looking a little furry today. Just a little weird, huh? I don't know. I don't think that's the right person, but I can't quite put my finger on it. As you can clearly see, Mitch is our guest tonight, and hopefully we can get Spud Gun to join us a little bit later. Like I said, James Colley is currently doing something. I'm going to start off with some slightly good news. Jussie's going to jail. Yes.
Hey.
Who is?
Juicy Smollett. Juicy Smollett as a
Juicy Smollett. Sorry, my bad. I forgot.
Juicy mullet.
He lost his. He's lost his appeal. It was upheld, so he's going to jail.
An actual ass beaten by two black men.
Well, problem is he's going to appeal it to the Supreme Court, and it's going to delay it. But the Illinois State Court has upheld, and he's only getting 6 months.
He realizes Clarence Thomas is, if it gets to the Supreme Court, I'm pretty sure Clarence Thomas is going to convince everyone to be like, no, fuck this nigga.
yeah.
I was gonna say, I never understood his appeal in the first place. So I mean,
good. Gay black man and gay TV show.
Yeah.
See, the problem was, at some point, you have to admit you lost, you lied, get over it. You lost all credibility. Your show's been canceled because of you. You have really ruined your career over a silly stunt. You are fucked. Yep. Yo, Ramen, you are essentially fucked, dude. And the problem is, he'll never learn any fucking thing.
Well, no, he won't. And you know why? Because of our current the current state of our judicial system. Big deal if they send him to jail. For one, it'll be a club fed situation.
And it's only for 100.
Well, it's going to be like, okay, so what are you doing after the weekend?
Pretty much, yeah.
Because that's what it's going to be. It's going to be a weekend where he can't get his cocaine, and and he's playing the role of the hooker.
Well, he's gonna have plenty of butt sex there,
Well,
He'll be right in his elements for that part.
Yeah, he'll be very popular.
Yeah, it's like if I'm out of coffee for one day. Oh no, whatever shall I do?
Let me go to the store and pick up more.
Hey, Sean.
Say riot.
But see, the problem is, I think he deserves at least a minimum of 5 years.
Well, it's kind of like with the false rape accusers. It's the same kind of deal for me. You stir up a bunch of shit, you ought to get the sentence that the person you're accusing would have gotten if they were guilty of the bullshit you're claiming.
Yes.
I mean,
And
I'm gonna be honest. I'm
say
surprised
more.
Jesse's even fighting it. I mean, you figured a gay man, there'd be a bunch of people in prison that are gonna plug him. He'd be all for it.
Well, see, the problem is he can't promote. I mean, he wants to be the gay Tupac, but Tupac did a little time. I guess he got to do some time.
There's no comparison between
Yeah,
messy mullet and Tupac.
And the other
Tupac
thing
is
is most of those crimes have like a minimum maximum. The minimum for the false accusation should be the maximum for the person if they actually did it.
Yeah.
Right.
Your floor should be their ceiling.
Exactly.
So if their accused crime would have gotten 5 years,
Whoa,
they're after you, Terry.
Terry, stop fiddling with your fan blade. We
remember
know you're a machine.
I remember the first time I ate chili.
But you were saying, Will?
It just if the crime that you're accusing them of would be a 5 to 10 sentence, yours should be 10 to 15.
Agreed.
Accusation.
Speaking of 10 to 15, an arsehole story.
The mandatory minimum.
You want me to read an asshole story? That's weird. Are you okay? Terry, did they update? They did something wrong when they updated you, didn't they? Huh. I'm watching you.
Why do I feel like I just had a stroke?
No, again, like you were saying, well, it should be their floor should be the accused floor should be their ceiling. They should get. Yeah. But the problem with that one is you're punishing,
Well, that's the thing. You should be there's a buffer here because to get the penalty, you have to be able to prove them guilty in court beyond a reasonable doubt of making a false accusation.
Yes, of course.
Now, Jussie, no doubt he was convicted. So if you're dealing with a person who's got a plausible accusation of rape, and it's not that you prove that they lied about it, it's that you couldn't prove that the person they're accusing is guilty, that doesn't get the penalty.
No, that's not the same thing.
But if you turn around and you say, okay, the person was acquitted, or we ended up not charging the person because we dug in deeper and found out that the accusation was false, and we can prove it. Hey, Keeve. At that point, you're not punishing them for reporting a true crime. You are punishing them for falsely accusing another person.
Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. I think Amber Heard should have gotten, if we're using your system, Amber Heard should have gotten some time.
Yes.
False accusation. You clearly lied about the entire situation.
Even taking into account that they basically didn't go after him criminally for the stuff that she accused him of, and she did end up with some defamation stuff, she should have gotten some time just for false reporting.
Well, that
perjury.
defamation wasn't against him necessarily. It was against like one of his lawyers, if I'm not mistaken. And it kind of trickled down to him. It's fucking weird. I don't remember all that.
Well, her suit against him was over something that his lawyer said that he had no agency or control over.
Right.
Which was an absurd legal theory pushing to penalize him for that rather than going after his lawyer. But she countersues everybody who sues her.
I hope he burned in hell.
Yeah, I think she's already there.
Speaking,
now let's. There's a layer that we're missing though.
What?
Like we said, it's one thing if someone knowingly makes a false accusation.
I'm grabbing a drink. I'll be right back.
Right on. If someone knowingly makes a false
drink?
What?
He said he's grabbing a drink. He'll be right back. He started this without a drink.
Yeah, that's the funny
right
part.
here and the alcohol next to me.
Now, if someone willingly, knowingly, with intent makes a false accusation, roof, ceiling, I'm on board, or floor, ceiling, I'm on board with that.
Okay.
And I want to clarify that's different from someone being found not guilty. Because if I don't know, if Linda gets raped and she thinks that the person who did it looks like me, that's not an intent to falsely accuse.
It would just
it's a coincidence. Yeah, mistaken identity, coincidence, those things we don't go after those people because it's not the same thing. But
I got the perfect example, Mitch.
There
I got
are
the perfect example.
What? Oh, hit me.
It's when you say you're in a fight with your girlfriend and she throws out, oh well, if you don't do what I want, I'm going to accuse you of rape and whatnot. That would be the perfect example.
Yes. Or when a divorce attorney tells their client to get a restraining order against the spouse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When no act of violence has occurred, that kind of thing. I think the spouse and the defense or the divorce attorney are implicated. But there's the layer we're missing though is when cops do it because they do it all the fucking time, falsely accuse people.
Yeah, well, cops doing a false accusation, false police report, and everything. That should just be one offense for cause firing, banned from any form of legal or law enforcement job in the future.
Oh, I go further than that.
And minimum maximum.
Well, I'm going to go min max plus 5.
Well, that's why that's why I say min max. If the cops accusing you of something that carries 5 to 10, their minimum is 10 to 15 or 10 to 20.
Well, yeah, I understand.
So
I understand that, but I want to add 5 to that upper limit.
Oh, so if you're like saying,
and to the lower limit too.
If theirs is a crime that carries a 5 to 10, you're saying there should be like 15 to 25 or 15 to 30.
10 to 15. There should be 10 to 15.
That's not going to give a fucking life.
Well, see, the reason why I think that is because it's a cop, it's now a state action. And I think it should go beyond cops to anyone who's employed by the state, anyone who collects a paycheck from the state.
Agreed.
Anyone who holds an office of public trust or profit.
Pause for just a moment.
Hit me.
And to clarify, Will, I wasn't going to get my first drink. I was refilling my next drink.
You don't have the bottle next to you?
Wait a second.
No, because I don't.
So that's your third drink.
Straight.
That makes it your third drink.
Somewhere around there.
Unlike you, Will, Rotten prefers his drink chilled.
I do mixed drinks, my friend. Like, cause
my bad. I'm sorry.
Because I'm a basic white bitch sometimes, and by that I mean most of the time. I'm sorry, not basic white bitch, basic bitch.
So you're having a Zima and Coke?
No, it's
he has a Mike Hard lemonade.
No, those are pretty decent. It is clear rum, so not the non-colored because I just couldn't find the one I want. and the Kool-Aid mix I use with a couple ice cubes.
Oh yes.
Yeah. See,
But
normally for this stream I do rum and Coke, and that tonight I've got wine because I'd already started the wine earlier.
Do I drop people to drink?
No, Frosty.
I think that's just the internet.
No, I'm pretty sure I told you the first time we streamed on your channel, I was like, I'm going to be drinking because it's a Saturday and I choose to.
Dude,
Yeah,
I can care less.
I have alcohol on most of my streams.
I can care
My
less.
game streams, my art streams, I have a bottle of beer, a glass of wine, rum and Coke, something like that for most of them.
Keith, don't you see Angela? Angela's right here. She's just looking a little furry. You don't recognize her? Angela, I don't know. I don't understand why she doesn't recognize you.
But to finish my thought off, because I'm going to forget any moment now.
Sorry, go ahead.
Go on.
Real quick. That those people who hold the offices of public trust or profit, when they violate in that way, not only the additional time on their sentence, but they are forbidden from ever holding an office of public trust or profit again.
Oh, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
for sure. It's
I mean, because that's right down to the school janitor.
Well, it is, and it'd be really easy to do that kind of thing in Michigan. I don't know for other states. Let's see. It's under one. Let's see. Under
God, could you imagine how much of the FBI would be unemployable
in Michigan?
Don't give me hope.
There's a state law that basically everybody who has a government job at any level carries the same oath of office to the U.S. and state constitution that the governor does. Local school secretary, same oath of office. Dog keeper's secretary, same oath of, or dog catcher secretary, same oath of office. If they do once a month unpaid in a position in the county clerk's office or the township office, same oath of office.
Yep.
You just say everybody who's subject to this law is subject to these rules, these requirements, these penalties.
No. Oh, wait a minute. No. If they're acting in official capacity and they do some shit like that, then yes. But if you're doing something, well, then again, it really wouldn't fucking matter, even if you're doing it on a weekend.
I will give this much. If they're acting in their official capacity, absolutely should be. If they're not acting in their official capacity, as in they are, not on the job, etc., then, and it's not like it's not a false accusation kind of thing to fall under all of those provisos, then treat them like every other person. Now, of course, what the police officers say is they're never off duty, so
treat them like they're always on duty. Well, see, but then we get to that school janitor who's got a foot fetish.
Yeah.
Or no, worse, a shoe fetish.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gross.
So we get that janitor who's in the capacity of being a janitor is stealing all the girls' shoes from their lockers, but he's not raping them until he's off the clock. So I say no matter whether you're on the clock or not, if you hold the office,
that directly ties through to his performance of his duties on the clock. So that would be.
It does.
It's not like he's stealing teenagers' shoes
from the liquor store.
School. I mean, at the school, but off the clock, he's going to strip clubs and raping the strippers when they get off the clock there. If he's going after the kids from the schools or the kids from the next school over, that's still, you'd say, tied through to his employment.
Oh, see, there again, there is a constitutional precedent because we do have the high crimes and misdemeanors.
True.
But that's
okay.
For impeachment from public office.
You've convinced me, Mitch. I don't care if they're on the clock or off the clock. They're held to a higher standard.
Oh,
Okay.
I've always been for that whole thing because even when they're off the clock, they should still know better, especially when it comes to police officers. Like, just because you're off the clock doesn't mean you shouldn't have known any better. Ignorance of the law is no excuse.
You heard
Speaking of
ignorance of
which,
the law is qualified immunity.
wait a minute. Speaking of which, go ahead, Rodney, really quick.
I was gonna say this is where I always go into the whole thing. I've had this discussion with several people, and because I always hear someone, we need to end qualified immunity. It's like, no, we don't need to end it. We need to amend it to what it's supposed to properly be.
I have a different concept of it where, because the way it is now, it seems like they go in, you know, the police do their thing, arrest someone, blah, 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 gets to court, and the court is starting with qualified immunity on. Okay. If you see what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the court standing, as the case starts with qualified immunity in place. My argument is that if the police are going to claim qualified immunity, the case has to be adjudicated in that context, and it must be examined in order to determine if the police get qualified immunity before the defendant is even put on trial.
Oh, I completely agree with that.
I can agree with that one.
That's again that falls into amending it to what it should be.
I call it a practice of instead of qualified immunity, I call it verified immunity.
Actually,
I like that verified immunity. It makes more sense.
Mitch, you're changing my mind on this one. I'm liking that a lot better.
Well,
It's just coming through here and changing everybody's minds.
God damn it, Mitch,
Part
don't
of
take
that,
your mind.
though, I look at it in general and say the default approach of the court should be it absolutely does not apply, and they should have to convince that it does apply.
That's what I'm talking about.
Allow for the accusers to then rebut,
or because I watch a lot of the auditor videos.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to cops.
Lackluster,
Audit the Audit, We the People University, et cetera,
Long
James
Island
Madison.
Audit.
Yeah, all of them. I watch a shitload of them. And
you and me both, brother.
There comes a point. Okay, here's my thing. We don't give them qualified immunity right away. They have to sue for it, basically, which means that in case X, they have to go to court before the defendant gets screwed around with, and they have to determine where their where their verified immunity starts and where it ends. Now, you can start off right from the get-go, from the second the cop gets out of the car, for example. You can start with qualified immunity because at that point, maybe the cop hasn't violated anyone's rights yet.
Yeah,
right.
But the second the cop violates the rights of the accused, and I'm going to go so far as the second the cop lies to the accused in order to coerce a confession where none should be forthcoming, then qualified immunity is gone.
Oh, yeah.
I am all for police should not be able to lie as any form of investigatory process, with some exceptions. If you're actually sending them into a criminal enterprise undercover to collect information so that you can actually get the criminals that are doing terrible things, they're going to have to be able to lie to the people there.
Right.
When you're dealing with, hey,
when it's a guy holding a sign on a median in a, from the entrance to a mall parking lot, no, you don't get to lie.
Even just the thing that they're currently allowed to lie so much on, we got the person in questioning, we got another one, we tell each one that the other flipped on them, etc. Or you just say one person alone, but hey, we know you did it. We got all this evidence. We got all this evidence. We got all this evidence. That has been proven to drive an unprecedented number of false confessions.
Yes,
and should be absolutely abolished because it violates your rights.
Absolutely.
Or
that and the drug dogs.
Oh, it's that. I've also seen the ones to where
Mitch,
hold on. I'll say the cops will actually also write out the confession for the person. Say it's like, so you admit to these crimes. The person doesn't read through everything.
Right.
So they pin
Add a bunch
extra
of
crimes
things in.
on
Yeah.
that person wasn't actually responsible for.
Yep.
This is why it's like I don't only bring up, like, I can agree with definitely the verified immunity and that whole thing, but I have been a big proponent of there needs to be reformation in the damn police departments, because one of the major fucking things that needs to be taught to police officers and so many things is to stop escalating.
Yes.
Yeah.
I am so sick of seeing things to where, like, the person might say, it's like, yo, just leave me alone. So the cop all of a sudden starts getting up in their face and everything, and waits till, like, they've pushed the person off they push the cop off of them, and then they go after him. You're resisting arrest for assaulting an officer. Motherfucker, you assaulted me first.
Well, yeah, again, that's where the immunity is lost.
If the officer closes the gap and keeps pursuing you, it should be considered just as legal to quote unquote assault them as it is anyone else threatening you.
Yes.
Oh yeah, it should be considered legal self-defense.
Well, fortunately, we did get the case recently where the homeowner who shot the cop was exonerated, but that doesn't make the homeowner whole either.
Mitch, you just hit me in one spot. The all those cases where you open the door and the cop sticks their foot in.
Oh yeah,
blatantly illegal, blatantly unconstitutional in
bullet in the foot
set of circumstances. No exception.
Well, because, like,
if they actually have a search warrant, it's legal for them to stick their foot across the threshold. In every other case, they break the plane of the door, even with the door open. They have broken the law and violated your constitutional rights. It should be perfectly legal to shoot that foot.
I agree.
Oh, well,
anytime they're on your property and you tell them to leave and they linger about and try to cop-splain you into whatever, they're breaking the law.
If they don't have
there is no
warrant,
no warrant, and you not telling them to leave, they can only go to your front door. So if any of the police officers go around your house and get within, most places it's about 20 feet, they are technically violating the law because they're not,
especially if you're fenced and gated.
The only difference with the fenced and gated is it does also need to be follow whatever your local ordinances are for a no trespassing sign. But with the fenced and gated, if they walk up to your house and the gate is closed, they're technically trespassing from the start because there is no implied consent to come to my front door.
Exactly. Furthermore,
this is why you keep cameras and never open your door. Have had the police show up and mutter and like, okay, I don't speak that language. Put it in writing, in the mail. Have a nice day.
Yep.
Yeah. And it's just.
All right,
but I've got one other thing for you, Mitch. And I say you're talking about this, basically amended being qualified immunity and everything. What do you feel about this particularly then? You go in, if I am suing you as a police officer for violating my civil rights, you start out with the assumption of innocence, the presumption of innocence, but no qualified immunity. If you want to take any kind of qualified immunity tack, that is de facto admitting, hey, I did it.
No,
by
no, I don't like that idea.
Take presumption of innocence off the table.
The reason I don't like that idea is because I don't like the idea that I have to cite the Fifth Amendment. I don't like the idea that my rights exist whether or not I say Fifth Amendment.
No. I'm talking about suing the cops.
I hate to cut
this. Here, go ahead.
I was about to say I hate to cut this short. We got a show to do.
Yeah. I mean, after the show, I'll talk to you about it.
I mean, it's not like we have an actual fucking format.
We don't, but still.
But it's his show.
I mean, I'm just saying, y'all can go round and round, and y'all about to make my head spin, and I don't need that.
No, the only thing
when you leave the black man out of a black man show, That's not a good thing.
Oh, Lord Jesus Christ. James, you still alive?
That's what I was gonna say. The only thing we were trying to point out was that with what Will was saying, he wasn't talking about the person has to forego their Fifth Amendment right. It was if the police officer was going to try to say qualified immunity, they basically had to admit that they were probably doing some shit.
No.
Yeah.
No, I don't like that idea. And the reason I don't like that idea is because it's the same presumption of guilt that the police use against you. Well, if you're not going to talk to us, why are you so nervous?
No.
You know, it's that
They
same
start
kind of
out. They start out going into court. I'm suing you for violating my rights. You have the presumption of innocence, but no special claims in defense. If you try to claim qualified immunity, it is you saying, yes, I did what you're saying, but it's legal for this reason. It'd be the same thing as a self-defense plea.
Yes.
I shot the person, and this is why it's legal. So rather than saying not guilty on the basis of qualified immunity, they can say, hey, I didn't do it, and go through the trial with the presumption of innocence. Or they can say, yes, I did it, but this is why it's legal. No middle ground. You can't say not guilty and qualified immunity. Well,
that one's going to require more thought, I think.
You can say not guilty. You can say not guilty because of qualified immunity, but by saying qualified immunity, you're saying, yes, I did it. This is why it's legally justified, and I can't be penalized.
We're not looking at any more explanation. I think we've got that on there. Thought processes need to happen. So let's go to something else so we can kind of think of that.
We beat this horse to death, Will. Please let it die.
Oh no,
his name is
he
Toby.
brings up a good point, but it is an idea that needs to simmer in my brain.
Yeah. No, I just wanted to make sure you understood where I was coming from, because it's
I do now.
Side. Okay.
His name is Toby.
That horse, his name is Toby.
I was asking for it.
I was looking up. I was watching Ron Leon, and he brought up this article. I'm going to read at least some of them because this shit is fucking dumb.
Yes.
Can y'all see it?
I can.
Is this a new one or is this an old one?
This is old one. This is from 2018.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty old.
It's fairly old, but still, it's fucking dumb, and I want to do it.
Yeah, I remember this whole thing.
100 ways white people can make life less frustrating for people of color. Now, I'm not going to read them all. Fuck all that shit. I'm just going to go through maybe the first 15.
First 15 will piss you off.
The first 15 always pisses me off.
If you have an extra house, they want you to give it to them. If you have an extra vehicle, they want you to give it to them.
Well, let me do that math real quick. Let's see. I've got 2 cars. I bought both of them. Nope, don't have an extra.
All right, okay. As someone with very low tolerance,
if we're gonna go with this, I think I'd rather just go back to this.
Fucking horse.
Fucking horse. All right. As someone with very low tolerance for racist bullshit, I've managed to surround myself with white people who are cognizant of their privilege and strive to make the world a less terrifying and frustrating place for people of color. This means I often deal with said white people asking me what they can actually do to affect change. So here, anxious allies of the world. Would you say, Will?
I said, okay, yes, you are the asshole.
Yep.
Yeah. I saw Rotncorpse.com's version of this, or now I think he calls his channel Terrence Pop, and that whole thing. And at least I think it was him, because I remember hearing voices for this whole thing, and it's straight up fucking retarded.
It really is. All right. Well, here are 100 simple ways to be the change. Not entirely comprehensive.
There we go.
But somewhere to start. Go forth and disrupt our harmful racist paradigm.
Thank God I have my assistant Nigor tonight.
See, that's great. You got Nigor from Nigeria.
Yeah.
I thought he was from Niger. Wow.
No, that's his cousin.
That's his cousin.
Okay. Yeah, that's his cousin.
Yeah, that's his cousin who was born about 10 years later, Niglet.
All right. Just because you can't see racism around you doesn't mean it's not happening. Trust people of color's assessment of the situation.
Okay, then I want you to trust my assessment as a person of different color than you, probably, that I have been victimized by racism too. And you know what? My life went on. Yours should too.
Number 2, don't assume that all people of color share the same views. We're not all we're not a monolith. This is just
this whole article is based on the monolith approach.
Exactly.
Yeah,
you're not a monolith.
This is a monolith. This is my
ways
monolithic view of how you should handle this. We're not a monolith.
It's a monolithic view of crackers.
There's 2 groups of people that treat blacks like a monolith. There's 2.
And
they overlap
Democrats
a little
and
bit.
leftists.
You got Democrats and you got black racists.
Yep.
And they overlap a little bit, but that's the only 2 groups that treat blacks like a monolith.
We can give them their own name and call them blacktivists.
No.
Blacktivists.
No. There's the third group.
Okay.
White women. White suburban
see,
women.
now that's an interesting.
Yeah, Democrats.
But can a white woman be a blacktivist?
No.
Only by injection.
That depends on if their skirt's up or not.
True.
Ooh.
It depends on if they're on Pornhub.
Yeah, she's got a tattoo.
Ready for it.
Yeah, she's got a tattoo of the spade with the Q in it. She's a blacktivist.
James, I'm not even going to ask how you know about that, and I'm going to smile because you know about that.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yes, sir.
Number 3 violates number 2.
Yeah. So see, she put the work in on her back.
Exactly. She got it branded on her skin.
Exactly.
All right. Wait a minute. Number 3, don't assume or guess people's race. It's not a fun game for us.
See, it violates number 2 because now she's treating, air quote, us as a monolith.
Yes. Number 4, if someone tells you that they're from Uganda, don't say, I went to Nigeria once. Just
say Madagascar instead.
Yeah. Oh, you're from Uganda? Well, I went to Djibouti.
Hey, I was outside Djibouti, okay?
Oh, you're from Uganda? I was in New Jersey this one time.
Oh, you're from Uganda? I went to Boston.
Uganda.
You're from Uganda? I've been to Grand Rapids several times. What's that mean? It's fucking irrelevant.
Yeah, I was slightly under.
Nicer.
I know a couple of people that were from Munda, Uganda.
Oh, dude, when I lived at before I joined the military, I met a guy who was like straight up from Africa and ended up helping him move a couch to where he ended up moving over by where one of my aunts lives. That whole thing, super nice dude. He actually offered me weed. It's like to get me fucking high and whatnot. But I was like, nah, dude, I don't do that no more. And whatnot. He's like, well, I appreciate you helping me moving the couch. I was like, I had fuck all to do today, so
there you go.
Something.
Yeah.
All right.
I was like, well, you're a nice dude, so bonus.
Wait. All right. Number 5, related. Don't refer to Africa as a country. It's a continent, and it's wildly varied. Yes, just take a moment. Okay, so I guess we're going to stop calling people African American.
Number 2. Same group as number 2.
No, even better. Is this a list for white people or college graduates?
It says white people. I guess it would
because number 5 describes modern college graduates.
Yeah.
See, when you bring up Africa, that reminds me of a joke. This white guy with a parrot, he walks into a bar. The bartender says, "Where'd you get that thing?" The parrot says, "Africa. They got millions of them."
Rodney, rim shot.
Hold on. Wait, which one? I don't have the. I mean, this one.
There you
Thank
go.
you.
James is here all night, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. Or at least until the oxygen runs out.
All right. Number 6. Oh, rest assured that literally no person of color ever wants you to get back from holiday and say and show off your tan and excitedly claim, "Look, I'm almost as dark as you." Cease and desist.
I've never heard of that. I'm going to start.
Monolith.
I still like the dude I got to bullshit with from the supply area and whatnot. And he talked about how, as a black man, he always laughed whenever he knew white people got sunburn until while being in Okinawa, he ended up getting sunburn. And he's like, I no longer make fun of anyone for that. He goes, I didn't think I could get that. And I don't know how you people deal with it.
It's like, you can dark skin can get sunburn. It's just harder.
Yeah. And he was just like, I didn't think I could get it, and I got it, and goddamn, like
well, now you know how white people feel about
he was just
syphilis.
like, y'all deal with some shit, man. It's just like, yup.
Just out of curiosity, did he smell like chicken after he was sunburned?
I didn't ask that question because it would have been improper since both of us were in uniform.
Oh, okay.
Neither one of us would. It's like, well, personally, I wouldn't have gave a shit, but I didn't also think of it at the time. I could not help but laugh and that whole thing, and luckily he was laughing as well. So,
perfect.
So number 7. Don't assume that a person of color knows everything about their country, a country of heritage. Do you know everything about there is to know about America, Germany, Sweden? That's what I thought. Well, no, I don't know everything about America. I know a lot about America. Fuck Germany and Sweden.
Bet I know more about my country of heritage than you know about yours. Apparently, you're claiming the heritage.
Well,
shit, I'm American. I don't fucking claim any. I'm African descent. No, I've never been African. I have no plans to go there.
If we're playing the game of country of heritage, I've been white 5 minutes and I already hate all you people.
But look, if I find out someone's from Sweden and I have to do a report on Sweden, I'm going to be like, hey, Bjorn, what can you tell me about Sweden? That's not assuming that they know everything about it. It's asking what they know about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It's asking for a little bit of insight, not for a fucking encyclopedic knowledge base, for fuck's sake.
But Mitch, you gotta remember 2 things. This is from the group of people that say educate yourself when you ask them why do something. Educate yourself. If you don't tell me the fuck I did wrong, I don't know the fuck I did wrong, and I'm gonna keep doing what I did wrong.
How can I educate myself without asking questions? That's my response to them.
They're just getting pissed because that would require them to educate themselves.
Right.
And do you know what
they want you to do the work that they have not done.
Sorry.
Fuck them in the earlobe.
I meant to get that when I was done saying, but you jumped in way too quick. Sorry about that.
It happens. I'm sorry.
I'm a little slow on the key or a little slow on the mouse right now.
Number 8. Don't assume we can run if we're black, do math if we're Asian, and we have a drinking problem if we're indigenous. I got all 3 of those. All 3 of those are fucking factual statements, and Johnny Hellcat can do the indigenous one.
But it's interesting that only the American Indians get the negative stereotype. The blacks and the Asians, they're either fast runners or mathematical geniuses. The Indians, fucking, they're just drunkards.
Well, no, the Asians also can't drive well.
No,
That's
but
true.
I mean, this article is only mentioning positive stereotypes for blacks and Asians.
Yeah.
But when it gets to the Native Americans, fuck them, they're just drunks.
Yeah.
And
I'm
Asians
surprised-
can't hold their liquor.
You also got to remember he didn't include in this one as well that had been like, don't assume that all black people are well endowed because he doesn't want them to be like, some black dude's got small peepees.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if it's a favorable stereotype, is it still racist?
No, it's not.
Okay, here's a better one. If they're indigenous, they know a lot about flea markets.
No. Okay, so this is what I've learned. Most stereotypes have a basis in truth.
Yeah,
of course they do.
It's reason why
they became stereotypes.
Exactly. Kenyans can run fucking fast. Like, have you seen a Kenyan run?
I've seen a Grunion run.
But no, like seriously, Kenyans are Usain Bolt, I believe, was a Kenyan.
Yeah.
Fastest man on earth.
Yeah. Those motherfuckers can run.
The only way to have better than that is if you're going to go with Bronda the Thirst Mutilator. And you're going to run faster than Kenyans. You'll have to run fast. People will think they're Kenyans. They'll get deported back to Kenya.
But again, Asians being smart at math. Have you seen what the Japanese do? They got fucking robots, man. I mean, that's engineering. You have to be intelligent to do that.
Yeah. You ever see an Irishman throw back a 30-quart hunk of beer? Holy shit.
Where's Hammer at? We need Hammer to verify that one.
Indigenous people, my ass. Let's talk about the Irish.
John D.W. has it.
No, the point there being the Irish can hold their liquor.
But again,
that makes me ponder the whole thing. So when the Irish were coming over here and settling in that whole thing, and they liked to drink, what happened with the person who happened to, whether it be a man or woman, they got with a native man or woman and that whole thing, and they had offspring. So could that person actually hold their liquor, or would they hold it even better?
I think it would hold it better.
If there's a woman, she holds her liquor by her ears. Or by their ears.
Depends on which liver they got.
Number 9. Get to number 9. Regard us as autonomous, unique individuals, and not a Oh, Jesus Christ! I can't even read
you
that.
You don't do that to yourself, you dumb motherfucker.
You have 8 previous points, of which you have done exactly the opposite.
Wait.
7, actually, but still.
I'm sorry. Number 9 doesn't count. Number 9 doesn't count. I'll reread it. Regard us as autonomous, unique individuals, not as representatives of our race. Now I'm going to read number 2. Don't assume that all people of color share the same views. We are not a monolith. These are the same thing. Ergo, number 9 gets no credit, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Okay. Which basketball star is it that supports China?
LeBron James, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Pretty sure it's several of them, but he's the biggest one known.
Yeah. But you understand where I'm fixing to go with this, right?
We know it's not Kobe because he's no longer with us and hasn't been. So, I mean, he's voting Democrat again. We know that.
Yeah, I mean, my mom's gonna vote Democrat. She's been gone for years. It's odd. You would assume since I'm a necromancer and lich, I'd understand the undead, but you know what? Clearly, I fucking don't.
There's always some corner of mystery.
Well, I mean, there's one thing about understanding the undead. There's another thing about the undead. There's another thing about them voting. I mean,
I want to go into this one. There are cases that I do actually kind of wish necromancy were real, because it'd be that whole funny thing of being like, especially like have a necromancy lawyer, and then being the person the accused being like, I didn't kill that person, been like, I object. My first witness, who? The accused. It's like
the victim,
the deceased.
I got a better idea. Let's bring back using necromancy. Bring back Frederick Douglass, Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm the 10th. And I want to hear what these people have to say in testimony about modern black culture in America.
They would
bring back the
fucking
founding
flip out.
fathers because I want to hear them in court on the Second Amendment.
I mean, modern
Yes.
black culture is just old Northern Irish culture.
Yeah.
They would flip. They
Thomas
would
Sowell.
flip the fuck out. They would go nuts. They would beg for a swift death.
That's
Again.
why, I haven't.
Anyone really
always
want to
liked-
think about what Hamilton would do to like 2/3 of the anti-2A judges?
He'd probably take them outside and duel them.
Fucking
Wait,
take 'em
I'm
outside
pretty
and
sure
shoot
for
'em.
a few of them, they'd be like, "Why are women voting?"
Mm-hmm.
I'm also pretty sure if we could bring like Washington back, he'd be like, "Okay, well, I don't like some of these other things you've done. Show me them guns."
Yeah, Washington would be like, guns can do this now, and
Oh,
this.
Washington would be like, that's a monument. Lincoln gets a statue. I get this pointy
I
piece of shit.
get a stiff upper lip. Fuck this.
Bring back
Founding
Franklin. They'll
father.
know that there's a lot of people that will use the $20 bill to roll it up so they can do drugs, so they can get laid. And he'd probably been like, "Yeah, he wouldn't have such a. I'm pretty sure he wouldn't have a disappointed look. He'd be like, I approve."
Number 10. Don't make embarrassing jokes to try and be down with the people of color. We'll laugh at you, not with you.
Whatever, as long as you're
You
laughing.
are a joke.
Long as you're laughing. Look, I once worked in a kitchen full of black guys. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And one day I get to work and I come in with my whitest voice. I say, "What is up, my bitches?" And they were fucking rolling on the floor laughing about it. And they weren't laughing at me. They knew what I was doing. You know, they knew that I was making fun of myself and the whole white guy trying to be cool with the black guys thing.
Oh
They
yeah,
got it. They knew what I was doing. You know,
Yeah.
they did shit like that to me too. I didn't care. You know why? We
You
had
have
a job
sense
to
of
do.
humor?
Or
Yeah.
your friends. You can do
Yeah, well,
that
yeah.
with your friends.
Well, yeah, you know, you got a job to do. You're friendly with each other. You have no ill will toward each other. So yeah, you poke a bear a little bit. One of them I did become really good friends with. I wanted to do an internet radio show with him because he was the smooth guy, right? He was the guy who was smooth with the ladies, and he can do all kinds of great fucking material on that level. And I'm a smart ass. So I thought it would be really fun if we had an internet radio show called The Wisecracker and Dr. Smooth
That's kind of funny.
as kind of a racist, you know, a pseudo racist play on words.
Well, that's like, I'll steal a thing that's been used before. It's like if Tyr and I were to ever just do a complete show with just the two of us, we'd have to call it Ebony and Ivory, and he'd be Ivory. They're completely gonna fuck with people.
Wait. I have a picture that would be perfect.
This isn't like a black guy smiling in a limousine with tinted windows and all you see is teeth, right?
No.
I've got a video somewhere where a black guy kind of does something similar, except for he's in his own apartment and whatnot. And he stands there and he smiles, and then he backs into a closet that's pitch black, and all you can see are his eyes and his teeth.
Wait. I got
it somewhere.
Stop sharing. Let me share this one. Wait a minute.
But no, that's like I've had to deal with a couple
Old
people. I used
Friday
to work
Night
with
Live sketch. You're rotten.
The funny part is, I could see us dressing that way, but it'd be the opposite of what the picture is, just to fuck with people.
Oh God, yeah.
Yes.
Because currently, right now, I'm 90% sure my hair is longer than Tyr's.
Your hair is probably longer than mine, and I'm fucking cold.
We'll both throw on fucking wigs for the fun of it.
Okay, my only question is, who's drinking the Colt 45? You or Tyr?
I
I've
don't
done
drink
it before.
bourbon.
I'll do it again.
There you go.
I've drank malt liquor before. I'll drink malt liquor again.
Colt 45.
We'll wheel out Billy D. Williams as a guest, and we'll have him deliver some lines that you drink a Colt 45.
Well,
I
every
just
time
read-
I hear,
Oh, go on.
I was gonna say, every time I hear the Colt 45, I either think of the gun or think of what was it, Afro Man. Yeah, so it'd be Colt 45 and two zigzags. Yep, Sean said it.
Wait, was it who did the commercial? Was it Billy D. Williams who did commercials for Colt 45?
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Like way back in the 80s? After he got famous from The Empire Strikes Back?
He was
Yes, he did.
I think, yeah, he did.
After he blew all that Star Wars money and was desperate for work?
Hey, hookers and blowers not cheap.
Well, at least in the 80s they weren't. Nowadays, you can get a hooker for pennies on the dollar. All right, number 11. Don't rent our culturally specific memes. What? They're ours. Go enjoy that weird one about the what?
Okay, see, now I'm wondering if I had a stroke again. Because this sentence makes no sense. Don't rent our culturally specific memes. They're ours. Go enjoy that weird one about the plums. Is there a white man?
Oh, I'm gonna go back to the whole thing of how can you even claim it's your culture when it's originally from the Northern Irish that settled in the south of the U.S. Your culture's not even your own. You don't even know what you're like. If you're going to say from where you were from Africa and whatnot, you don't even know what that culture was there. So you can't even necessarily say it's your own.
Right.
See, and this is why
you culturally appropriated culture's that's not yours, and now we're claiming it's yours.
This is exactly why I don't claim any. Like, I believe culture. You can't appropriate culture. You can only show appreciation. Like remember when the girl wore the Chinese dress to her prom? They're like, "Oh, you can't wear that. It's cultural appropriation." No, that's appreciation. She loved the style of that dress, and she wanted to show it off.
Have never given a shit about it. It's like whenever they get pissed off at a white person wearing a kimono, and the fucking Japanese are just like, "Hey, we fucking love that shit because we do the same thing. It's an appreciation of ours." Someone comes, dreadlocks are black culture, and it's like,
no, it's not.
If you want to go through it, it's freaking Rastafarian. It's also freaking
Dutch.
I think Dutch.
No, it's not even that. It's Neanderthal. The Neanderthals didn't clean their hair, and guess what? It happens when you don't fucking wash and clean your hair. It lock up.
It gets netted.
It's just what it is.
Which is where the word nappy comes from.
Yeah, and
rest in peace, Bob Knight.
Yeah, but see, that's the problem with all of this shit. Oh, well, you can't. That's my culture. No, it's not. It's human culture.
Yep.
We intermix and we share things. Like we share words. Coup d'état. What's a coup d'état? What is it?
Sounds French.
It's French.
Yeah, it's French. But it happens a lot in like South America. But it's a French phrase.
I mean, that's their cultural appreciation there.
Yeah, but if I said a coup, if someone performed a coup, you would instantly know what I'm speaking about. But the origin of the word is French. Just as I would say, what's a Latin word that's common? A canine. You will all know what I'm speaking. It's Latin. Who's fucking Italian here? If you want to, if people really wanted to start going, oh, you can't use shit from other cultures, then we need to give up vaccines. We need to give up needles, all kinds of shit, because those are German.
Oh God! The freaking video where the guy did it, and he said like it's a street truck selling tacos, and what's a white guy in there, and this woman gets pissed off, and you find out the guy in the back that's making the tacos is actually Korean, and then later on a guy brings up how he's Italian and that he goes to the whole thing of how he needs a Mediterranean diet because of the tomatoes and everything. Like actually, the tomato isn't native to Italy and everything. He goes, wait. With that being said, are you saying am I actually Mexican?
Well, when you stop and think about it, if we all stay in our lanes as far as culture, half our snack foods are derivative of corn. Half our breakfast cereals are derivative of corn. So guess what?
Besides a few others.
But again, cultural appropriation, like the whole point of humans we share things. We have to share things because if we don't, no one advances. You advance together.
Look at what happened. Okay, the Great British Empire. I mean the big British Empire, back before the United States of America. That's not funny.
I couldn't resist.
Okay, but back before America, the British Empire was the superpower, and it really did span most of the world. This from a little island in the northern Atlantic.
Because it wouldn't be spun, it spanned pretty much the known world at the time.
It was Rome 2.0.
Right. It really was. But look at what happened next. America springs up.
And we said, fuck your taxes. We ain't paying for a war we was a part of. We throwing your tea in the harbor, bitch.
Well, no, here's what I'm getting at. The expansion of liberty because of the United States of America propelled America in a relatively short time to the point of being the world's one and only superpower.
Yeah.
That cannot happen without liberty, and liberty cannot happen if we are not allowed to exchange ideas. Some of the exchange of ideas occurs on a cultural level.
Agreed.
Hey, look, they're making. I've got these flour tortillas, but they're making them out of corn. Now that's an interesting thing. Let's see what happens if we switch these around the other way and try their recipe with flour tortilla, my recipe with a corn tortilla. Hey, you know what? Still works. I kind of like this better. It's new and it's different.
Exactly, it's different.
I'm going to open a store.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that whole melting pot thing. It really is the formula for success as a nation. And here we are in modern times pissing the concept away because people who have nothing and can't create anything want to claim things to which they have no claim.
Again, like certain things, like hairstyles. I can do hairstyles these. When you said the dreadlocks, who gives a shit? Like, who gives a shit whose ancestors invented or didn't invent something? It is a style you prefer, and you can't knock somebody else for preferring that style.
No, it's stupid.
It really is. Or say I wanted to walk down and make like there was a company that made tacos, and they were owned by like two white ladies, but they made some amazing fucking tacos, and people got their shop closed down.
Yeah.
Why? What? Oh,
jealousy, envy.
Yes, envy. And I think it was a Mexican chef that did it. Oh, you're appropriating my culture. No, we went to Mexico.
We also have seen the reverse to where, like, you'll have fucking blacks that'll make like Mexican or something like that. Like, would you eat at this restaurant? It's like, yeah, but we've also seen like that where it was Asians that had a soul food restaurant and fucking like black women showed up and they're like, why are you doing this? This is appropriate in our culture. That's like this one that I have. Granted, it's extremely small, but it's like,
oh yeah, this guy.
Can someone at Sony please explain why you choose not to hire a Japanese performer to wear traditional Japanese wardrobe for a Japanese game? This is extremely offensive to your Asian American consumers and a blatant cultural appropriation. Please explain. So it's, hello, I am Japanese. Let me explain. That man is one of the few living people officially recognized as a master of the instrument. He's Japanese by default.
Yes. It is because he appreciated that style or that instrument, and he mastered it. You said, he was one of the last people alive.
I'm going to put it this way, and I always hate being a person, I guess, who kind of more repeats that whole thing, but I'm going to have to agree with Monkey on this one. It's a lot of these people, they realize they don't have strife in their life. They have no strife, have no struggle, so they make it up.
But see, the problem is they're making this shit up, and it's not helping.
Well, the other bigger problem with like something like that one with the Asian American, that whole thing. Which part of Asia are you from? Because if you actually go to those countries, while the Japanese do have a major love for Chinese food, They don't like the Chinese.
Well, yeah, culturally, the Japanese and Chinese are vastly different.
Yeah. And so are the Koreans.
Yes. The Vietnamese.
The Vietnamese.
The Filipino.
Filipino. There's probably others are missing. And it falls in that whole thing. How are you going to put yourself as an Asian American? Okay, we can go with the whole thing for black people. Well, which part of Africa? Are we talking a little bit closer to that? Are we talking sub-Saharan? Because depending on where you're from, they're not all the fucking same.
You know what it is? I can tell you exactly what it is. They're not talking about the actual cultures in question.
No.
They're talking about the Hollywood version of those cultures.
No,
that's why fucking Wakanda in the Black Panther movie was full of graffiti. Is because that's what Hollywood thinks all black people are like. They think every building in a black neighborhood must have graffiti on it.
That's why when you look at the
Hollywood
scenarios and they say, what if Odin was black, and it's a thing of Miles Morales, and instead of saying like, by Odin's beard, he says by Odin's fade. It's like, bro, if all of that was black, it most likely would be the same as it was. The character, it's like the people would just be black. They wouldn't be considered like modern day black people that are in Harlem or Compton or something else.
And but if you look at that, when they did that with Miles Morales, Mjolnir had graffiti on it, all of Asgard had graffiti on it, everyone in Asgard wearing fucking Nikes or whatever the popular shoe was.
Insult.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's the Hollywood version of culture.
That again, nothing. If you were to change, as much as I hate race swapping characters, but if you were to change the character, it wouldn't change it. Odin should be Odin, just with darker skin. Odin should still be doing by Odin's beard. Like they should be still saying things like that. The 9 hells by the frost giants. Shit like that. Their culture shouldn't change because all that changed is their skin color. They're still Norse.
Well, but here's the funny part.
You get the old father who went out for cigarettes and milk and
and not coming back. Yeah,
that's what happens when he goes into his Odin sleep,
going after his menthols. Not only that, but fucking, you know what Jotunheim is, right?
Yes,
I believe that's where the frost giants are from, is Jotunheim.
Yes.
So in this Miles Morales version. And this is what I mean by Hollywood culture. They would call that Jotunheim.
The fuck?
I bet you that's what they would call it. Jotunheim. And they say it with that black American accent instead of anything that's even remotely related to Swahili or any other black actual African language.
All right. So back in the day, God damn it, James dropped. So back in the day, me and my friend had a debate. When they did the what if Miles Morales had no man, I said no, don't give it to Miles, give it to somebody like Storm.
Yeah,
Storm would have been a great contrast to see in Asgard. She's very contemplative, she's very let's talk it out first before we attack, versus the Norse who I just want to fucking fight.
Right.
To see her bring the African way, or not even the African way, but her way of being, let's talk first before we start fighting, versus Odin, who let's swing hammer and kick shit out.
Well, mind you, if I'm not mistaken, and I could be because I don't dick about Norse culture and mythology, but I believe that when the Asgardians sought battle, they sought a just battle.
Yes. But I'm talking about the comic book version of the Norse gods.
There would be even more so. That I honestly think that in Marvel Comics, when Odin put the enchantment on Mjolnir, the reason Captain America could jar it at first instead of just simply wield it is because Captain America is not a guy in general terms who enjoys fighting. If you know what I mean. Whereas Thor enjoys a just Whereas Thor enjoys a just battle. If you're fighting for the right reason and you can enjoy it, that's part of what makes you worthy to wield the hammer.
Well,
basically, if you're fighting for what's right.
And that's why he could wield it in the end.
Right. Exactly.
I've had this conversation before with Mjolnir. Even a jihadist could lift Mjolnir.
It's
when you
mindset.
stop and think about it.
Right.
Because if they believe that their cause is just, it doesn't matter if it's evil or good. They just have to believe that their cause is just.
It's not just that their cause is just; it's also being so far into their convictions that they can actually like take a life for it. It's the main reason why Spider-Man, technically, Peter Parker wouldn't be able to lift it, because Peter Parker actually does believe in life and doesn't believe in necessarily having to kill your enemy.
All right, so wait a minute. So in the game of Vampire the Masquerade, there's a perk called True Faith. And with this ability, this perk, you are considered holy, even if you aren't officially holy. You believe so fervently in your religion or your faith that it comes off as a bane to dark creatures. It just being around you is damaging to them, because your faith is that strong. You can't be shaken. And I bring this up because it, like he said, the jihadist could lift it because his faith is so strong. His conviction is impossible to shake.
But Mjolnir does have a sense of what is right and what is wrong. There are rules.
Yeah.
Norman is slightly sentient.
Well, yeah, those rules happen to be based in Norse mythology.
Yeah.
Rather than being based in Muslim mythology.
Yeah, and it's not just the level of belief in everything.
No, but that's a component.
It's a component, but it's also, the fighting for the right reasons, fighting for a just cause, and without specifically arrogance and pride. Even.
Yeah.
I mean,
neon green.
Oh, I'm gonna get pissed. I gotta go punch him on.
Rim shot riding.
And
I'm trying to figure out a time frame to use this one.
Do you remember when Miles Morales wasn't just a black replacement for Spider-Man?
No, he was always a black replacement for Spider-Man.
Well, I would say in the early concepts of him, he wasn't just a black replacement.
No, he was, back then he was his own character.
Yeah.
Now he's just Black Spider-Man. And the problem there is that they're shitting on Peter Parker to make Miles Morales a more
because like
a more attractive character for people to follow.
Like the first thing of it, I think like he was part of the Ultimates or something for Miles Morales, and there still was a passing of the torch, but it was for different reasons. I know like a lot of people like to bring up, people didn't get mad at Bruce Wayne passing the torch to what's his name in Batman Beyond. I can never fucking remember. I think it's Terry McGinnis. And that was extremely great until like at the end of the series. They're like, we're gonna say that he's actually a clone. And it's like, I want to find out who that writer is. Go to their house and kick him square in the fucking.
Well, the thing is, he wasn't a clone.
Yeah. Well, they tried to say that was part of it, and that whole thing. It's like, never retcon that. What made that one good wasn't actual passing, but the whole thing as well was Bruce Wayne was old. You keep trying to bring Peter Parker into his prime, basically, and just shortly after. So he's still in his 30s and 40s, to where with his mutant abilities, he's still going to be more into his prime, or still able to do everything. And try to say it's like, well, he can't do this now, and it's like, how?
Work. It doesn't work.
It would work if you add this shit like add another 30 years after that. And it's Peter Parker in his 70s.
But even then, Miles would be in his 50s at that point.
Probably say 70s. With his mutant abilities and the healing and everything that he's gotten from that, the greater strength and everything, you're probably talking about 80s or 90s.
Yeah. Well, it's supposed to be that whole thing of it is, I can't do this anymore. Where I can no longer do this anymore.
No, this is what you do for Miles. First off, you make Miles his own character. You get rid of the spider powers, you get rid of all the Spider-Man shit, and you find him another gimmick.
No, I got a different idea, actually, for Miles Morales, because they're not making him stand out. They're making him a replacement, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
Now, part of the Spider-Man shtick And I think this is where we get it for most other fucking, it's the whole mask thing. It's whole, I got to, keep my identity secret so people I love don't get blah, blah, blah. That's a Peter Parker thing. And it makes sense for Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Now, if they want to distinguish Miles Morales as a Spider-Man, have him drop the Spider-Man name and just do a different kind of costume that's maybe similar to what he wears now, but not quite. Get rid of the mask and just be Miles Morales. He's distinguishing himself by being the Spider-Man that isn't hiding behind a mask.
Well, yeah,
Have
look
him
at
be
even the whole fact of
Punisher-esque.
like the
Not Punisher-esque, very still, with the morality that he's got.
I'm talking about where though he doesn't wear a mask and he has like his costume is minimal.
But the Punisher does have a morality.
Well, see, also go with the whole thing of not trying to have him be Spider-Man. Like, look at when there was the whole shitty clone saga, and it still introduced the character that I still like as a character. I still like the Scarlet Spider.
Oh yeah, Ben Reilly.
Ben Reilly.
Yeah, Ben Reilly's cool.
And like, I know there's a lot of people that have an issue with that. Like, instead of having him be, he's Spider-Man, give him something else that goes more with his actual power factor.
Right.
Or abilities.
But a good way to distinguish him from Peter Parker is to not have him have the same hang-ups that Peter Parker has.
Yes.
Peter
Also
Parker's got the hang. You can't get a date. Can't make a relationship last for fuck. You have to keep under this mask because I'm scared my loved ones will get hurt. Just divorce Miles Morales from that stuff and build the character on that foundation. And I think we'll see a Miles Morales that would be wildly successful and not just be a carbon copy Spider-Man.
Oh, and another thing, ditch the racial elements of his existence. Like,
don't write any stories that have to do with race.
Yeah.
Carbon copy Miles Morales.
Kefk.
Rutabaga.
Scratch those furts.
Well, since we had a joke in that whole thing to kind of give us a little bit of a cleanse in that whole thing, did I ever tell you guys the joke of the 3 bowls?
I don't believe you have.
Okay. So a farmer has these 3 bowls. He's got a large bowl.
Oh, you told us. I heard.
I did? Yeah. Okay. Never mind then.
Go ahead. Shit.
I'll say, yeah, he's got the large bowl, medium bowl, and small bowl. Now, the large bowl has the most cows that I guess to go with. The medium bowl, which is about 20. The medium has about 10, and the small bowl has about 1. Well, all of a sudden, they find out that the farmer has bought a new bowl. Large bowl's like, I am not going to do anything to give up any. It's like, not going to give up any of my cows. I have them. The medium bowl's like, I'm not giving up any either. I got my 10 cows, and I'm not going to let them go. Little bowl's like, I fought tooth and fucking nail for my 1 cow, and I ain't giving her up. And all of a sudden, when the trailer pulls up, it's the largest bowl they've ever seen in their life. Large bowl goes, you know what? It just ain't worth it. If he wants them, he can take them. Medium bowl goes, I think you're right. I'm going to have to agree. I don't think I would make it out of this fight. Small bowl starts snorting, stamping, acting like it wants to put up a fight. The large bowl and the medium bowl look over. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? You're going to get killed. He goes, oh, I know I'll die in a fight. I just need to know that bull knows that I'm a bull and not a cow.
Man. Let's do some asshole stories.
Oh, these are great.
Well, I've also got some. Actually, I've got a good one we can go with for a palate cleanser, but on a different thing. It's in. I don't remember where exactly, but there has been a victory against the ATF, stating that the federal ban of banning people between the age of 18 to 20 who are considered legal adults of buying handguns from an FFL is unconstitutional.
Oh, groovy.
Yep, because the whole thing, it's that whole thing. If you're able to, enlist in the military, you should be able to buy a gun. But I will bring.
The whole thing is stupid. 21 to do alcohol, 18 to be a legal adult and buy certain firearms and to sign contracts, et cetera, 16 to buy, or to drive, 16 to drive. This shit all needs to be in one fucking place.
Oh, totally agree.
This is when you're determined to be an adult legally, and this is when everything hits you.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah. Have you guys seen this thing? I don't know if Tier's showing what I'm sharing at the moment.
Oh,
So we're basically a.
Jesus,
this is a woman. This is a woman at her wedding for her wedding dress.
And what strip club does the wedding take place in?
I will agree that it's most likely that she's for the streets, because look at that freaking groom.
yeah.
It's not the dress as much as it is the shoes, to be honest. The dress is cute.
Well, the dress is cute if it's that whole thing for
except that it's see-through and hold on. I got sneeze. I had a sneeze coming. Oh wow! I'm sorry. I just cleared my mind. The dress is cute, but it's see-through and it's designed to emphasize the boobages.
Yeah.
And if it was all just one color, let's say one shade of white, and I don't mean the transparent shade. I mean if it was all just a solid white, it would be a cute dress. But then you look at the shoes, and it's like white patent leather hooker shoes. What the fuck are you doing, lady?
I'm looking at the lady and I'm going, white is the wrong color for that dress.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, white's probably the wrong color for that wedding, but who are we kidding?
I mean, let's be honest. The thing that should have been shot was she for the streets.
Yeah.
You can't turn a hoe into a housewife. It's not possible.
I don't have a she's for the streets thing.
All right, post it in the chat.
What about he needs some milk? No, never mind.
I mean,
that just gets weird.
I do have that one. When she started to walk up, I'm pretty sure the groom was going, come on, damn it.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
All right. Am I the asshole for telling someone to mind their own business after I called my mom a whore?
Well, was she a whore?
I don't know.
Well, I got to read this.
Can you read? Did you pull up Terrybot?
Yeah.
I can read it. I'd be happy to read this one.
Oh, go right ahead.
I've got it up already. That's disgusting, but that's another story. Let's see. For this, you'll need context on my family. We say some pretty fucked up shit in good fun about each other. E.g., I'll, 23 male, tell my brother, 20 male, that his mom's a whore. Then he'll argue back along the lines of, nah, my mom's an angel, your mom's the whore. Or something like me saying, your older brother, me, is dumb as fuck. Then he'll say something like, nah, my brother's smart, your little brother's the dumb as fuck one. Our mom knows this, and our mom knows all about this, and is in fact where we get this quirk from, so she'll even join in. Our sister, 22, female, as if we needed to know the fuck you, dude. Our sister, 22, had a friend over yesterday. At some point, me and my brother got into an air quote argument while playing Call of Duty, going back and forth, saying the other's mother is a whore. We have the same mom, by the way. Our sister's friend heard.
Contacted brothers. We needed that.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of context here. Our sister's friend,
brother from another mother.
Yeah, that's true. Our sister's friend heard, then started berating us for disrespecting our mothers. We only have the one. I told her to mind her own fucking business and that we aren't doing it out of disrespect. Mom must have heard all of this and shouted down the hallway, those gremlins can call me a whore all they want. It won't stop me fucking their dad.
Straight up.
Mother is cool.
Straight up. We don't need. I've actually read further. We actually don't need to read any further on to this. The friend is the sister's friend is the asshole. They are not the asshole. whatsoever.
Nope.
As soon as you got to the whole thing of they're having an argument while doing the fucking thing for Call of Duty, and it's between the two of them, the friend should have stayed the fuck out of it anyways. It's not their fucking business. Period. Right. So no, this person, not the asshole at all.
I agree.
I think the funny part is they call me a whole other one's not going to stop me from fucking their dad.
Well, and you know, it really is. The asshole part is the intrusion of the girlfriend or sister's friend.
Yes, she's the.
That's the asshole part. The everyone else was doing just what comes naturally to them, and I've had this complaint before, and I've pointed this out to people before. There's an element here also about how men relate to each other, how men not just relate, but also how they
interact.
No, how they what is it? You know, when they go out on those fucking weekend drum circle things. What is that?
Bond.
Yeah, this is a part of a male bonding ritual. We take the shit out of each other, or take the piss out of each other.
We will either take the piss out of each other, or it is fake insults. You know, it's
well,
fake
even
fake insults to your, or it's insulting to your face while complimentary behind your back. Normally, not always for all men, but typically that's what it is.
Well, no, if I've never insulted you, I probably don't like you very much.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Let's say, for example, me and Tier are meeting for dinner at a restaurant. He comes in wearing an ugly ass shirt.
They let him in.
Well, no, I'd be like, hey, nice shirt. What happened? Your wife come back? You know, what happened? They couldn't guess your weight. You know, I have a whole slew of things ready, and I'm serious. It's an ugly shirt, right?
But, well, Mitch, it goes back to the old joke to where it's like you have three guys again. That's like they're having a meal or having lunch at a restaurant, and they're giving each other shit. They're like, you know, oh, you're such an asshole. You're a dickbag. You're a cocksucker. All that shit. And then one of them goes to leave, and he's just like, all right, I'll see you cocksuckers later. You fucking queer base, whatever. And he leaves, and you hear the one guy's like, man, he's such a good dude. And the other guy's like, I know, right?
He's such a nice guy.
Yeah, because that's part of how men bond, and part of the feminization of the human species is letting women intrude upon that bonding. We never should have let them intrude upon it. We call each other dickbags out of friendship and respect.
Yeah. Shit. Me and Rodden, I posted that picture and goes, that's the female. Sorry, I every time I think about it, I laugh. The picture.
I am actually glad. I will still say I respect the fact that you were able to type out as if the way you would have spoken. Granted,
that just means he's illiterate.
My response was perfect, other than the past. The gif was of the what the actual fuck.
It was.
Hey, BG.
Well, me and my sister. As a side note to this story, we have 3 stepsisters. Me and my biological sister have a hard time claiming the middle stepsister because in the small town that we lived in or grew up in our 20s in, this town was divided between 3 different loose women. Guess who one of them was?
You.
My middle stepsister.
Damn.
Oh, Lord.
So, I mean, I couldn't throw a fucking rock with 3 and not hit somebody and it not pass 3 guys that she blew.
Damn.
You know what it reminds me
of? Oh my
of?
God. Fucking James was, in a way, pulling a Rocco from Boondock States. Shut the fuck up, Sally. I can't walk in to buy a pack of smokes that running into 9 guys you fucked.
That's pretty much it.
But that's how men bond. It really is. It's part of our bonding ritual. I was at, you guys familiar with the Rocky Horror Picture Show, yes?
Yes.
Now, when I lived in California, we'd go to Berkeley every Saturday night, and they'd be playing it at the theater every Saturday. And it was a great way to get out there and do that audience participation thing and just have a blast with a bunch of weirdos. Before the weird got to where it is today. This was like back in the early 90s.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Back
all the
to the
weirdos were
reasonable
friendly
weird.
back then. What's that?
Back with the reasonable weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, not even reasonable weird. It's just that the weirdos were friendly. You know, there wasn't all the hate that exists now. So we would all go and be in there doing the Rocky Horror. They had a guy who would, they had a cast who would perform on stage in front of the movie, along with watching the movie.
Holy shit, I have a coworker whose dad or whose wife's dad did that shit.
Well, the guy who played the part of Riff Raff was the MC of the little theater company that did this, that put this on every week.
Nice.
And he was up there doing his spiel one time, and he was lamenting that the crowd this weekend was much bigger than the crowd last weekend. And he asked where was everyone last weekend, and I shouted out, at my mom's. And he goes, what? And I said, they were at my mom's. And he's like, yeah, I was at your mom's last night, shaved her back for her, so she sent her retard son here to heckle me tonight. And that was the funniest fucking shit I ever heard. I ran into him after the show in the lobby as we were leaving. I said, hey, I'm like, hey, thanks for shaving my mom's back. The only thing keeping me off her. You know, and that's the difference between then and now is then you could have that kind of exchange and get along with people. You know, after all that, you know, we shook hands and it was a, I hate to say it, but to say it was a gay old time, like the end of the Flintstones.
Exactly.
It was a good time was had by all. The crowd loved the interplay between us. There were no hurt feelings because everyone can take a fucking joke.
Yes.
People had thicker skin.
Yeah. Well, no, it wasn't even a question of thicker skin. They went into the situation with reasonable expectations.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that one gal who was bitching out the dean of her university about saying it's not about getting an education, it's about building a home here? Lady, you're going into this with the wrong expectations. It's not about building a home here. It is about getting an education. In my story, it's about going out and having a good time with a bunch of weirdos, myself being one of them. You know, nobody was disincluded because of their skin color, what they wore, or I went in a jacket and tie, for Christ's sake, to the Rocky Horror Picture Show, and no one cared. You know, we had people running around in underpants, and nobody cared because that's what we were there for, to have a weird good time.
Yeah.
No one got hurt. No one went away crying. No one got fucking roofied in their drinks. Nothing. This is how far our world has fallen in the West.
Well, hold on. I will say that there still were people back then that would go through and try to object, but the thing is you would have people that would quite literally be like,
well, yeah.
Shut the fuck up, you cunt!
All right. And then you had people like me who were in the suit, you know?
Yeah.
Basically say, what are you talking? Shut up. Go away.
Because this is like every time I hear people from the freaking older generations like, oh, our generation didn't have that. It's like, no, you still fucking did. Just you didn't have as many. And unfortunately, you and the generation after you fucking cultivated this shit while others in your generation tried to not let it happen. But because too many of you went like, maybe she'll touch my pee-pee if I let this happen.
She won't.
No,
she won't. As a matter of fact, the guy that's doing the shit, that's the one that's going to go home and gorilla fuck your girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah. She the one she wants is always the one that's not giving her attention.
That's right.
You don't grovel.
The point is, we knew how to have fun. And yeah, you know, maybe the big pack of weirdos, myself included, by the way, because I am a weirdo. I'm just, you know, I just know when it's appropriate to be which kind of a weirdo.
You know how to blend.
Yeah.
You're a classical weirdo.
Yeah. You know, I didn't like I have a darker side than those fucking, all those fucking goths.
You reminded me of something that I brought up to a lot of airmen, that it was something that actually got explained to me. So I adopted it as well when I was in the military. And it was, you learned to play the game. You understood there were times that you could do these sort of things, but you also understood the times to not do these things.
Right.
And there's far too many people who they can't tell that difference.
Yes.
Exactly.
And
I come from a time.
I wasn't calling my family members cunts during my dad's funeral. That would have been inappropriate. There's time and place for everything.
No, instead you'll wait till it's after the funeral and just call them a cunt as they're leaving.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thanks
shit.
for coming. Thanks.
You don't even have to call them a cunt at the funeral. They just know. They know how you feel.
Yeah.
And because this didn't get said, I have to say, just remember, folks, that
everything I'm about to say is satire, irony, pre and post irony in Minecraft.
Yes.
Pretty much.
Also,
It's sad that we become a society of disclaimers.
yeah.
It's sad we become a society of
well,
weak.
I only add that one because I just think it's funny. The only other one I like from Wendigoon more is the. Come on, damn it!
Government-sanctioned weaponized femboys.
All right, let me read another asshole story.
Oh, okay.
Well, while he's looking that up, I'm just going to go ahead and throw on one for my friend, and this is a 12-second long one.
Hey, yo. Is neurodivergent just like diet retard? Or is it something else?
It still is.
Say,
It's
not
less
always,
filling, but it tastes half as
99%
good.
of the time. Yeah.
I never get tired of that one.
If only they had half the calories.
And zero sugar.
Well, yeah, it's less filling, but it only tastes half as good.
That's the
It's
usual.
like when you apply for a job where the work's hard, but the pay sucks.
I kind of look at it like this.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Is I could get a job where my dad works, but because of the way the companies went, there's no reason to it, and they don't want to pay me considering it's like what I should get paid considering the fact I can probably come in there and within 6 months the only person I won't be outdoing is my father.
I got a good question.
I've got a bad answer.
Is it wrong to put a vegetarian on a coma floor?
On a what?
On a floor where there's coma patients?
Why?
Because they're all vegetables?
Pretty much.
I mean, if we're going strictly by context, I'd say it's acceptable.
Yeah, I think you've got to remember you are what you eat, so it does make sense.
Depends on if they're hungry or not.
The better question is, if a vegan ate a coma patient, is it cannibalism or is it them just eating vegetables?
Well, I mean, we already know that the only person who's going to go to that is going to be like vegan gains, and that's only going to be if they're like either in a coma or retarded.
And a vegan with diarrhea is a salad shooter.
Yes, it is.
Excuse me, Captain, you calling me a goober?
You are one.
I'm not a goober. Not this week. Maybe next
Well,
week.
you know, two cannibals are eating a guy, and they're starting from different ends. What's one say to the other? I'll meet you at the ball.
I thought it was two flies are eating a piece of shit. One cuts a fart, and the other one says, "Hey, do you mind? I'm eating here."
Well, that's flies. I'm talking about cannibals.
Oh, okay.
Two cannibals are eating a clown. One turns out, does this taste funny to you?
Or
All right. I got another asshole story.
Goober Kefk, you don't worry about it.
I'm not no goober. I got another asshole story up, and let's do it really quickly. Am I the asshole for confronting my girlfriend because she befriended my ex-best friend?
Probably.
Let me reset the board. All right.
I'll read for this one.
Huh?
I said I'll read for this one since I've got a few drinks into me. Crack
Go
my
right
neck
ahead.
a little bit, and let's go ahead and get into some character here. Okay.
by the way, my nickname is Drinks.
You wish it was. Wait, hold on.
What?
No, instead, James say,
Hey, I'm a herpes factory. Come and do me.
Okay, I need that one. Rotten, send it to me.
I'll get you. I'll get you on that one. Just give me a bit. Okay, so for context, this incident happened in May of 2023. So this is old news, but it still ponders in my mind if I am in the wrong.
Person who doesn't know what the word ponder means.
Yeah.
Well, I'm also a few drinks in, so I'm trying to read this and probably doing a shit-tastic job.
No, you're just writing what they wrote.
True, in this form, yes.
Yeah, you're reading as written.
trying.
You're pulling the scribe.
Yeah.
Reading and written.
I'm not insulting you. I'm insulting the writer.
My name is VY, 16 female. Okay, I'm doing this the wrong.
That's Vi.
My name is VY. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to. My name is Vi, 16 female. My girlfriend, Evelyn, 16 female, had started dating back in November 2020.
Yay.
And we had only been dating a few months when this happened. On to the story. Since it was May, the last time the state testing, which we basically have to take at the end of the school year, every year, we were split into groups by our last name initials. Wow, this shit is fucking retarded because grammatically it's retarded. So, since my girlfriend and I's last names are far apart in the alphabet, we are not in the same testing room, which initially didn't bother me because I enjoyed my alone time. However, one of my old friends from elementary, Nadia, was in the same test room as my girlfriend. Nadia and I didn't end the friendship badly, but we didn't have the classes together, so we fell out.
I'm just going to, wait a minute, Rodney. I'm just going to put this right here, tentatively, but I'm pretty sure I ain't going to need to move it.
Most likely. So basically, Nadia and my girlfriend became friends and were close or whatever, which wasn't an issue. However, one day after school, my girlfriend messaged me saying she needed to tell me something. She told me that Nadia confessed to having feelings for her, my GF, or my girlfriend. I forgot to include this, but it's important to know, even though I don't talk to Nadia, that we were dating, but we weren't dating then. But Jesus fucking Christ, I'm sorry, I'm fucking this whole goddamn thing up. I'm gonna have to fucking goddamn put a cursor on this shit because the whole shit's blending too much.
Yeah,
I apologize. I'm fucking up. I'm gonna blame it on the out call, but it's probably the fact that I am like slightly retarded or some shit. Not gonna lie.
Neurodivergent.
Yeah, you're a functional retard.
Yeah,
you're retarded light.
It's mostly functioning idiot. Get it fucking straight.
You're a diet retard.
Yeah.
And for the record,
no, I'm
in spite of their rage, they are still rats in a cage.
Hey man, the world isn't flat. The world isn't round. The world is a vampire.
That is true.
Yes, I forgot to clue this. Even though I didn't talk to Nadia, she knew my girlfriend and I were dating before she confessed. Nadia had feelings for my girlfriend a year prior before that, but we weren't dating then. But Evelyn still rejected her. Nadia even had the audacity to tell my girlfriend, "Don't tell V, please," which just completely pissed me off when my GF told me this. That was a terrible burp. I started arguing with my girlfriend because I didn't understand why she's become friends with someone who used to have a crush on her the previous year. However, my girlfriend made a valid point against me. I used to have a crush on one of my friends named Carmelita.
Carmelita.
Really quick, Rodden, why do I get the feeling that Vi is trans?
Probably. I don't give a fuck. I was currently still friends with her during this issue, and so was my girlfriend. My girlfriend felt that it was unfair that she got scolded for something I also did. But I feel like there's a major difference in our experiences.
No, a major difference is what she wrote.
Different. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. There's a major difference in our experiences. It's me correcting for shit apparently. My friend Carmelita is straight. Carmelita.
You write it, Carmelita.
Car macchiato.
You just call it caramel latte. It's easier.
I never confessed to her, and even if I did, I would have no chance with her. So I stopped liking her. On the other hand, Nadia and my girlfriend are lesbian. Meaning Nadia could have had the chance with my girlfriend if she wasn't loyal or if she was single. In the end, I just tried arguing and the argument quickly. Am I the asshole or I don't know what the fuck ESH is?
Everyone sucks you.
Everyone sucks you. I'm gonna go with everyone's retarded, and I don't know what the fuck is going on.
I'm at the change this
all
one.
Fucking idiots.
I think Haunting Juice 983 has it perfect. You're the asshole for posting such a long-winded Mills and Boone saga.
I don't see that one, but I'm just gonna fucking agree with it because I agree with it.
Yeah.
Here's my position on this one. Look, kid, you're 16. You're in high school. You're behaving in exactly the way a high school girl behaves, so live it up while you can, because in a couple of short years, you're going to have to grow the fuck up. So your solution here is accept that you're an asshole. Your girlfriend is an asshole, Carmelita's an asshole, and this Nadia, she's an asshole too. So the best thing that you can do is take you, Evelyn, and Nadia, have a three-way fish fest. And
we all
live
know
it up and be an asshole about it while you can. Because like I said, in a couple of years, the whole world is going to start insisting that you grow the fuck up, and you'd better get all this out of your system while you can.
The way I read that story, they ain't looking snatch, they looking ass, flat out. And
Whatever.
The way everything went, all I can say is,
no offense, but it sounds like some fucking commie gobbledygook.
No, it doesn't matter. Look, either way, they can go elbow deep. All right.
Oh God, yes, they're fucking dumbass teenagers who are being absolutely fucking retarded.
Yeah. But it's the right time of their life to do that.
Yeah, oh yes. Get the stupid out of you now, so that way you don't feel as fucking retarded when you're older.
Right. This is actually part of the growing process. I can't believe I'm giving this much understanding to such an annoying. This is why I don't understand people who get horny for those who are far younger than them. Because personally, I couldn't tolerate the bullshit.
I mean,
you could give me a 25-year-old and I couldn't tolerate the bullshit. What's that?
What did you say, James?
You don't understand, Mitch. They're there to fuck, and then they go about their business. You don't have to interact with them.
No, you're a fool. You are a fool if you think that sex is somehow devoid of any other kind of interaction. Even with a prostitute, there's a negotiation that must take place.
Oh man, my mind went to a completely different place when he said they're here to fuck it. Because as soon as he said, I was like, but their name isn't fuck.
Right. But
I
yeah,
got a few
I
things to
understand.
say on this one. Is the first one is, I can't really go quite with ESH because I've got no feedback on Carmelita. But in general, you gave an either or question where the answer is both and.
Both of you are
all y'all roll in natural 20s.
All y'all need Jesus. That's what y'all
So
need.
pretty
All
much they're
y'all.
going Schrodinger.
Well, yeah,
Look.
but they're high school students. Everyone's an asshole at that age.
They're high. Well, I wouldn't say everyone's an asshole. I just say they're all fucking retarded because they don't know any better.
Yeah,
Because
they're
they're fucking stupid.
But that's what I mean. That's part of the growing process. This is part of
I mean,
of gaining the experience you're going to leave to make better decisions later in life.
That's where we're in agreement, Mitch. It's
fuck up now.
It's fuck up now. Get this shit out of the way so you actually have a better understanding of it.
Yeah.
Problem is they don't have a better understanding of it because they're going to probably do this shit again. Some people will reckless about it and never grow up.
Speaking of not trying to fuck up, I do have a GoFundMe. I'm sure that the link is in the description.
I showed it.
Oh yeah, that's been shelled.
Okay.
Yep.
So, speaking about life choices and being a fuck up, check out the link. Help me out.
Dude, I showed. James, I'm hurt and offended that you didn't think I would show your GoFundMe.
Oh, I know you would.
I might cry later. I won't, but I might.
This just seemed like the perfect time to do that because we're talking about fuck ups.
Tier's the classic guy, so he'll shun and slam your GoFundMe right now while you're here, but when you're not in the chat, he's definitely going to play it up.
Damn it.
I mean, if we want to go with something else, I do have bookmarked the thing that I think they said for. Oh no, I just got the Vice article itself to where it says the title of the article is "I'm a woman of color who mostly hooks up with white men." Is that bad?
Send it. Read it.
Or do we want to
Absolutely not.
Okay, so we're wanting to go with this.
Yep. Link it.
All right.
Link it.
Do this real quick. No, go back to here.
Wait,
On fucking everything, you bastard. Sorry.
Caramel latte.
Caramel macchiato.
That's what I was supposed to say. Caramel macchiato.
Carmen San Diego.
Hey!
Guess where I'm at now?
See you, Kefkers.
No, see you, Kefk.
Have a good one,
Caramel macchiato with 2 pumps of sugar and a little swirl. I don't think she's a teacher. And she needs to learn my order. Anyway.
I'm honestly surprised this one didn't end up on the corner.
Wait, again.
I'm sharing it. I shared it in the chat. I'm also sharing the screen.
No, I was posting up your
Oh, the meme?
Yes. 9/11 20 years ago.
I still never hold a sign and take a picture of yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, can everybody see it?
Yep.
All right, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so I got to go with this one, but it can't be the Valley Girl I was doing. What? I'm in my mid-20s, and this is quite bizarre for me. Back in school, I used to be invisible to guys like them. That's the quote beginning. And then it goes into a whole thing of like, ask Vice, hi Vice. I've been in an open relationship for a long time.
She's
my
the
boy.
Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
Oh God, Terry, never change. Never change. That was fucking brilliant. I'm sorry. I'm still fucking laughing at that shit.
It'll come to you.
Ooh, my fucking mic went down. Regain composure. My boyfriend and I are both people of
Thank you,
color.
Terry.
Yeah.
He is totally my type. I really fall for guys like him. But since I've been able to date other men, I notice I keep making certain choices. I wonder where that comes from and whether I should worry about it. When I go out, I often end up with guys who aren't actually my type at all. white with blonde hair and blue eyes. I also often get attention from them, which makes it nice for me to flirt back. Sometimes I only have to say a few words to someone to notice that they're in with a chance. Okay, I'm going to stop with trying any voices because this shit is
fucking with your head.
Yeah. And I'm trying too hard because I've been drinking. So we're going to go with this kind of attraction is purely sexual and superficial.
It's all good, bud.
If I try to flirt with a man who's my type, I feel very insecure. I clam up and don't know what to say. With those blonde guys, it's very easy. I'm in my
clam.
You are a whore.
She is.
You are a whore.
She's not a whore. She just loves love.
No, she's a whore.
I'm in my mid-20s, and this is quite bizarre for me. Back in school, I used to be invisible to guys like them, let alone be someone they wanted to date. Growing up in a predominantly white environment outside the big cities, I always felt I wasn't pretty enough, that I couldn't compete with the white beauty standards.
So she's an ugly whore.
God damn.
I mean, I would say that she's a retard.
That too. She can be multiple
Not
things.
giving them somebody to date.
She's a retarded whore.
And then it goes into an answer. So it's like best, quite like it says best apostrophe. I don't know if that's supposed to be like best regards, best intentions.
No, she's just saying best, as in like she's too lazy to write. You know,
you're the best around. No one else gonna get you dead. That's about all I know that one.
Look. Because she's a retarded whore doesn't mean anything.
Christ, the retort is like it should have been you're retarded, you're in an open relationship. You want to fuck guys that aren't your boyfriend, because if you fuck guys that are like your boyfriend, you'll feel like you're cheating on him.
Pretty much. Yeah, I think that's basically.
She wants her cake, and she wants to eat it too.
She wants her Kate and Edith too.
Yes. No, I think what it really boils down to is.
Edith too.
What?
Oh, well, wait, Carrie was talking. I'm sorry.
Well, that was actually Will, and he was just repeating my joke of saying, they're trying to have their, it's like going off the religious thing, they're trying to have their Kate and Edith too.
Yeah. I mean, I
Don't
think
even know the song reference.
It sounds familiar, but I'm going to blame it on the alcohol and just say that I'm intoxicated and can't remember.
Pretty sure it was the Statler brothers.
I think that pretty much this girl's problem here is that she's in her own head too much. Quite honestly.
So she's retarded.
mean, no.
I got it, James. I got it. She has a similar problem, but it's on a more broader scale than mine. Like I do with most of the female coworkers that I have that are attractive. If I find them attractive, I just go with the whole thing. Maybe they're in a relationship, married, or gay, because then I don't have to worry about anything. And fuck it, they're a coworker, and I maintain professionalism. But it's that whole thing. If I get to someone that I'm attracted to, and I think I might have a shot with, my brain flips the switch and goes, "Hey, we're gonna go from normal to complete retard," and she just went to that in general.
Yeah, I have that problem too.
A lot of men actually do. It's a common issue amongst most men of being like, "Oh, well, she's attractive, and I want to try to woo her." And your brain's just like, "Here's the switch. Best of luck, fam. We're switching to retard mode."
Yeah. So pretty much, you do the whole Chris Farley thing and Tommy Boy with the bread.
Oh, because you're JoJo the Indian boy with a pretty new pet.
Exactly.
Took me a moment, but I got
See, I'm thinking she wants to be drilled constantly and still have a tight pussy.
No, basically what she's doing is it's that she's questioning her judgment as to why when she's hooking up with somebody as to why it's okay. She's more confident about someone she's not attracted to than opposed to getting the giddy schoolgirl vibe when she is attracted to someone or when the attraction is mutual. You know what I mean?
I guess.
I mean, there's the difference between are you going to have sex or are you going to make love with an individual?
But just think about it. If she can't talk to people she's attracted to, what does that say about her boyfriend?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty true.
Yeah.
Tells me he's tired of her.
Yeah.
Well, no matter what a woman looks like, how pretty she is, what her job is, exactly. Some man is tired of her bullshit. Could be her dad, could be her brother.
They could be the same person.
It's probably me. I don't even know her, and I'm already tired of the shit.
Yeah, I just read about it. I'm fucking tired of it.
Yeah.
And wow, this is a fucking reference or something.
Yeah, I mean,
it's the kind of woman where you say something like, "Hey, how you doing?" and then they start to answer, and you decide, "Nope, shut up." I stopped caring before I finished the question.
Like it was a rhetorical
polite,
question. I didn't expect the
Don't
answer.
bother answering.
You're kind of sitting there looking at him, you're just like,
Stop it. Get some help.
Look. No, what it was is when you said, "Hey, how you doing?" It was a rhetorical question. I wasn't expecting an answer nor did I require one.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like when you have that conversation with a bunch of people when you see them and you're like, how you doing? The thing you're supposed to respond with is fine.
Yes.
Or if
fine,
you
pretty good, not bad, doing okay.
Yeah.
Or if you watch a lot of Letterkenny, it'd be oh, not so bad.
Yeah, I was going to say the correct answer to "How are you?" is always 3 words or less.
Yeah.
Yes. Not. I don't want to hear about your day. Like I'm not fucking.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear about your day.
You're not supposed to actually answer the question.
And the only reason I go up to 3 words is I don't mind if you put "yeah" in front of it. So like, yeah, not bad. That's an acceptable answer.
Yeah, could be worse.
Could be worse is perfectly valid.
My standard is I'm doing.
Yeah.
Now, see, I had a boss one time whose wife called him at work.
Oh,
And he's just on the phone while he's trying to get work done, paperwork and whatnot, shuffling shit around his desk, trying to get shit sorted out and finished up so he could go home for the day. And he's just sitting there, And finally, he just stops and goes, "Okay, hang on. You've been going on for like 5 minutes straight now. Are we anywhere near a point?"
Yeah, I like this guy.
And I heard her burst into tears on the other end.
Good. I like him even more.
Okay. There's a huge difference. Like, babe, I'm trying to pack up so I can come see you directly. It's not that I'm trying to ignore you. I'm trying to do something. So if there's no point to this call, please wait to call me back in 5 minutes once I'm prepared. That shit, I know his pain because I'm trying to go home, babe. It's a long day and I ain't got time. I just want to go.
Ain't no time for no jibber jabber.
I ain't got time for no shit. I got a TPS report to do, and you are keeping me focusing.
Yeah. It's like, do you need me to send you a cover sheet? Because I'll send you a cover sheet if you don't shut up.
Yeah, you need a cover sheet for those TPS reports. Remember that.
Look, babe. Look, I'm about to fax you an email. You send it to me. You send the email to me. I will read over it, and I will get the bullet. I will outline a bullet point for you to talk about.
Yeah, I'll send you a copy of that memo for the new TPS report procedures. You did got it, right?
Prepare a PowerPoint presentation for me later. All right.
Right.
In that whole situation, you just gotta be like, "Hold on, babe. I gotta put you on hold for a bit," and be like,
It's better with the Gandalf video.
It is.
Well, I've got the one where it's with Godzilla in the where it's a cartoon Godzilla with a saxophone, but it's in that fire to where it's next to a. God damn it!
Just put it up on the screen.
Yeah, give me a second. Bam, we'll go from there. Go browse. No,
I remember the name of the song was Runaway, but I had to look up the name of the band, Sunstroke Project.
It's Funky Sax or Epic Sax?
No. That's the internet nickname for it. The actual name is Runaway, and the band is the Sunstroke Project.
All right, play it. I like this song.
I want to say it's from the BP oil spill.
Sounds like they're trying to call the Dragon Zord.
We're sorry. Wait. Remember the BP? We're sorry. Sorry.
That one always gives me pause. And I can't
Sorry.
Think about it. The Green Ranger called the Dragon Zord on a dagger flute.
Sword flute.
A dagger flute, not a sword flute.
Technically, dagger flute.
Without an opening for the mouth, and it sounded nothing like a flute.
Don't ask too many questions. You are asking far too many questions.
Granted, I will.
You had a lot of fun.
With
the Power Rangers.
If you want to look at the whole thing for the Power Rangers, like when he was first introduced and like kicked them straight out of their own fucking Megazord, like he quite literally had the "I'm fitting to see you, you gonna catch these hands," and it was a straight up like it was a hood catch these hands. He saw them and they caught them hands.
If you look at
he rolled up into there and kicked them out their own fucking Megazord.
Wait a minute, I got one better for you. He doesn't actually go inside the Dragon Zord. He goes on top of it as a hood ornament. He never goes inside the Dragon Zord.
If you really want to have fun with if you really want to have fun with the Power Rangers, go back and watch the original first episode. I don't mean before they changed actresses for the black girl for Trini.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that happens in season.
No, that's when they traded Trini for Aisha. That's when Aisha came in.
Oh,
no, that's season.
No, I'm talking
before.
Tui Trang was the actress who played Trini. There was another actress in that part. It was a black chick.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I think there's at least part of the original unaired first episode before they cast Tui Trang. But anyway,
couldn't sleep last night. I kept thinking how the Green Ranger had a dagger that was a flute that sounded like a synthesizer that's trying to sound like a trumpet, and he blew into it with his helmet on.
Yeah.
But go back and watch the original, or I'm sorry, not the original, but the first episode of Power Rangers that aired, and just watch how bad the voice acting is, because they overdubbed all the fight stuff. And it's a whole lot of just hi-ya.
Oh no, it's not even just the first episode.
It's bad.
It's actually it's the entire series, because they've been taking Super Sentai from that. If you pay attention,
I know, but at some point the voice acting part did get a little better. I'm talking.
It did, but they also had parts that didn't fucking coincide.
Oh yeah,
like they had the whole fact that they fought the Frankenstein monster and destroyed him, and then later on in the series, and one of the things with Rita, he's in there when they're doing the whole like this is what's going to happen thing.
Yeah,
and that's because it. And Tira, I am going to kind of shield them a little bit, because I did do this for a while, because it's kind of a nostalgia thing. There is a Power Rangers official YouTube channel to where you can watch up to damn near the current series in full. They have complete playlists that you can go through of the entire seasons for the American ones.
I just finished watching Netflix's series.
Why?
I don't get this. I don't understand. Power Rangers came out when I was like 23 or 24. And it's fascinating to me for some reason. And I think it's because its concept at its very core is a really good concept.
Oh yeah.
And I keep hoping that they'll have more series like Time Force or SPD.
That was the great thing about
they're semi-serious.
Well, that was the great thing about the original series and that thing of like Super Sentai, is because it actually fell into that. Instead, you had Bandai basically wanting to pull something to where they were going to dub over it and go into everything.
Yeah,
that's why
they want a shiny cartoon character.
Well, they want to sell toys.
Yeah.
And that
taking all the wrong lessons from Star Wars.
Oh yeah. But they still sent a show that had good moral values.
Generally, yeah.
For the most part, and wrapped up in 30 minutes or less.
Generally less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I really am. I'm fascinated by the concept, because I think if you take the concept and this is the problem with the Power Rangers movies that they make, is they keep making them like they're making them for 6-year-olds. What they don't understand is that the Power Rangers audience has grown up.
Well, I actually agree. Most of the Power Rangers audience has grown up. The newer series of the Power Rangers, those things are meant for a younger audience. And I can completely understand that. That's the reason why, personally, the one that had the movie of Power Rangers that had Bryan Cranston as Zordon, I did not hate. And I had a coworker that, when I was in the military, he hated because they made Billy a black guy and he was also autistic. Like they went a little different. They
they went woke.
Well, no, they didn't go full woke though.
They didn't, but they did go woke.
They did go. They went slight woke. They went slight woke of, we're going to do this because we still want to have a black guy in there, but we also want to have the Mexican and the Asian. We want to make the Mexican a chick, and we want to make the Latino person, and we want to make the Asian person this. So, okay, I can fucking handle that because they're not fucking beating it over the brow. But it was adult enough to have the good parts of it. It was fun enough to still have the portions of what it needed to have in there. And I still like that at the end of the movie, they brought the original Tommy and the original Kimberly were in there. And they're the ones who first pull their fucking phones up to get videos of the Megazord.
Right.
Have you seen the fan film for it? Where it's Billy going through and he's interrogating, I believe it was the Red Ranger, and they show how even as adults, they're still Power Rangers.
Yeah.
And Zack's died of an overdose because he's an adrenaline junkie. And
so I haven't seen that fan one. I have seen the one to where, or not seen it, I still need to watch it to where, because the woman who played Trini, the first Yellow Ranger, she passed. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have her daughter.
Yeah.
And Rita
that was oh God, what was that called?
Is responsible for her mother's death. And the daughter's wanting to go straight after Rita, and you have, I want to say it's Billy and
it's everyone except for it's Billy, Catherine, Adam.
It doesn't have,
but not Tommy and not.
It doesn't have the original Black Ranger. I want to say the original Pink Ranger because of some other reason, and I want to say Jason Franks, who played Tommy.
Yeah, Jason David Frank had.
Jason David Frank was deceased at that point, or was having issues. Which I will go out on a limb because of a anime convention I went to in 2008. I hold no bars about this one. I had the opportunity to meet him, the second Yellow Ranger who played Aisha, and another Ranger whose name I can't remember at the time, and I fucking missed it because I wasn't paying attention. And that was also at the time frame because Tears seen how I looked, that I dressed up as Aizen from Bleach pre Hectomundo arc. And Huecomundo, and fucking nailed it to the point that I was being told, I fucking hate you. By the way, I love your cosplay.
I met Jason Frank, and I met I believe I met the green and the red. In this room, but I met Johnny Young Bosch, the second red.
Johnny Young Bosch was the second black.
Second black, my bad.
See, here's something I've noticed. There are some actors who really grab onto the role that made them famous, and they play it up for the fans. Jason David Frank did that.
Yep.
He was all about giving the fans what they wanted when he was at conventions, and when he would do. I mean, shit, the guy played 58 different fucking Rangers, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
You know, he really was the legend.
The man, the myth.
Yeah, he was. And, you know, I'm really glad that they've brought David Yost back because of the way he was treated originally when James fell asleep. James is really bored with the Power Rangers, by the way.
No, I'm not. I'm sorry I'm having an issue. I apologize. I'll mute.
It's all good. We need to wrap up. I know Tarbot's about to cut us.
Oh yeah.
Rodden.
I'll get there in just a second. The only thing I was gonna say is, for the Power Rangers, the only one I wasn't necessarily the biggest fan of because it came out when I was still a child was Turbo, because I didn't give a fuck about seeing someone my age as a Power Ranger.
No, that was a huge mistake.
Yeah, I've wanted to see people that I would aspire to be, but we are going to go ahead and throw this in there.
Yeah.
Time to stop.
Yeah, that kid that tried to play Billy Batson.
Fucking levels.
Mm-hmm.
What did the Avicii song got to do with anything?
No, I'm talking to my computer for changing my goddamn levels when I didn't tell it to.
Yeah, volume levels, yeah.
Yeah. As far as Turbo and the Blue Ranger, when Billy got out and they replaced him with the kid, sort of like a Shazam thing.
Well, I understand their reasoning, their thought process behind it, because, like, quite literally, they one of the guys that was of the whole thing and whatnot, he would, like, the guy who played Rocky, he was kind of done with it. And one of the directors or whatever, he saw that kid who was at the one of their martial arts things, and he was doing the shit for that. And he's like, "Oh, we'll put them in there because the kids will like it." And it's been known as one of the biggest mistakes of the American Power Rangers.
Well, it's a mistake with entertainment in general. When you want to make, if you want to make a show for 6, 7, 8-year-olds, you have the players in the show be 15 to 18.
That, or if you're going to have
the reason for that is that because those little kids, they look up to something. They want to aspire to be something.
Yes, like I said, but the other thing as well is if you're going to have that, you have to have that from the beginning.
Right.
Beetleborgs was retarded, and I'm probably one of the few people who still has an affinity for it.
I like Beetleborgs.
But all
you were right the first time.
But all of the kids in that whole thing were younger.
Yeah,
but they were that from the they were that from the fucking beginning, though.
Well, yeah, but the thing that made it suck was fucking Jay Leno's ghost dressed up as Elvis.
Yes, that was fucking god awful.
It's when they aim not at a child audience, but at a retard audience. That's when it sucks. You can do a Power Rangers thing that has grown up with the audience and still maintain the camp and cheese. You just have to, hire some good writers for a change.
Yeah, good luck with that. Everybody's going woke.
Well, the biggest thing with that, when you look at the Power Rangers, because they were pulling from the most of it, other than a few things for like some of the American movies and everything, they were predominantly pulling from Super Sentai. So,
right,
they were limited it's just for a lot of like they did decent with. I think the kid's name was Adam or whatnot, but still, it's like by that point I was a bit older, but it still wasn't what I was into. But let's wrap this motherfucker up. Pretty sure
Rodney.
Terry's ready to shank us all.
He probably. Rodney, what movie are we doing tonight?
We are watching The Rock. Woo! With Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
Damn it, why the fuck am I blanking on his name?
Sean Connery.
You're thinking of Sean Connery with a steadily worsening speech impediment.
Motherfucking Connery.
Sir, Sean Connery.
I'll show you my dick across your face if you don't keep quiet.
I told the dog to shit, and instead he took a douche.
All right, so tonight on
Thanksgiving. Sorry.
Tonight on Rotten Movie Reviews, we're going to review one of the best movies to have Nicolas Cage and Sean Connery in it, which is The Rock. It also has Tony Todd, if I'm not mistaken.
Dude, it's got a fucking amazing actors in it.
Yeah, it has a star-studded cast. I don't know if Andrew's going to be on Quippers tonight. I don't know if
James is the only one we know who's going to. Well, James and Terry.
Yeah, I know I'm going to be on tonight too.
Okay, so it's you, James, and Terry. You're going to be on Quippers. I'm not on there.
Okay. Tarbot.
Yes.
Has the Daily Wire gotten back to you about joining them?
No, I think they didn't like that. I'm not too impressed with the Lady Ballers movie that they're showing.
Damn. Young Turks. I think I got them to talk to you. Did they contact you?
They did not. They don't like that. I think Hassan Piker is a fag.
I mean, he is.
Yeah, that's why I think it.
Ethan Klein is he's looking for a co-host for Leftovers. I really think you could get in.
Yeah.
I think it would do great.
I think it would be funny. I don't know about great.
I mean, you can probably bang Anna.
There you go.
What else? Try to call you yet?
No, I don't like him. So I think the feeling might be mutual.
I think the quartering's trying to do something new. Have you tried getting with quartering?
Nah, man. If you're gonna try that shit, try to get in with Ethan Klein. Call him a fag to his face.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Oh, the Jewish fag to his face.
Ask him how big his wife's dildo is that she pegs him with.
Ooh. All right, so Tyrdown Mantis is
in the media.
Tyrdown Mantis is on Quippers United with Jack Gunsky, James Colley, Frosted Glass, and I will be on tonight with them. He's also on The Corner, which is usually Friday nights, but fucking
was tonight.
It was tonight.
Last night.
Well, last night. Fucking Frosted.
Hey. Frosted will
Just
change it
current
based
overnight.
upon, hold it. Frosted will change it depending upon person's schedules.
I know.
Hey, I'm not going to give Key shit for that whole fact. She works second shift like I do. I was on Frosted because I brought up when I had a Friday off.
I know. He does it for me too. So he's on The Corner with Frosted Glass, Moonshock, Jack Gunsky. He's also on the Minions channel, which is he's on Mr. Adams' Monday's night, his Minions arcade with Kefk, and that's about it. Adam, yes.
Yeah.
He's also on Hammer's Wednesday night with Genty Maxey and the 110 Hammer. Mm-hmm. He's also on Johnny Hellcats whenever Hellcat does a gaming stream. Mm-hmm. He's also on Six of Silver stream. He's also on whenever Frosted doesn't do Friday nights. He has a gaming stream with fucking Jack Gunsky.
Yes.
Am I missing anything?
I think that's everything.
Angela Arrega currently does a channel. Are you going to do?
She hasn't gotten the stuff to do the comic book curated that she wants to. She's still working on it.
I was talking about Angela's right here. Like, what are you talking about? Angela,
we know this. We've had this conversation with her.
No, Angela. What else are you doing? Do you want to show anything, Angela?
Oh, around now and then, sometimes here, sometimes there.
That's not Angela. That's Angela.
Probably have a stream next Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern on Twitch, but we'll see.
Okay. Mitch, do you want to show anything?
Nothing in the wild yet. I'm still writing a I'm writing out the main plot and a couple of subplots for a Halloween trilogy that I think should happen, so to keep the franchise alive.
Okay. Do me a favor, Mitch. Get off your ass and get back on Fantastic. Fantastic.
Say that again.
Fantastic.
No, not the first part.
Foreskin?
No. Fucking hell.
Oh, get off your ass and go back and do your goddamn other show. I like that one.
Oh, Fanstatic. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, this is for Fanstatic.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, then.
Anything I do that's entertainment related is a Fanstatic project.
Okay. All right.
And it's just that there's two trilogies I have to write these little synopses for. I've got the first one worked out. The second one, I'm having trouble with subplots. So I got to be a little more creative in the second one. The first one with subplots, I've got them coming out my ass.
Are you going to do either a DC Hero or a Star Trek Online stream?
Eventually, I will do those again. I just got some nifty new stuff in Star Trek Online, so I probably will do that one fairly soon.
I need to go back and run through that again.
If
it was
you
fun
want
when it did.
to bounce ideas off someone, I do work second shift in the East Coast, so I might not be able to be on any stream, but I am totally willing to bounce ideas off, even though I'm not really a Star Trek fan. But it'd be fun to have that conversation.
Oh no, he plays Star Trek Online.
Oh no, I'm talking about for even the fucking like Halloween shit, because that'd just be fun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean,
as an open invitation of like, hey, you're more than welcome to just send me a message on like Twitter or fucking Discord or whatever.
DM me so I can have it on Twitter, so I can have it right up there on the top, so I can see it. If you know what I mean. I don't get that. That.
I'm probably gonna forget.
That's fine. So will I. That's my problem.
I'll remind you tomorrow.
If I see it there in my messages, it has a better chance of staying forefront in my mind.
Well, what are you doing next Sunday?
Next Sunday,
around the time tier started.
Wait. Around what time?
Around the 11:55ish Eastern.
Okay, that's the next Sunday is the 10th. Nothing.
I will be doing a Talking Into the Void. Do you have access to Johnny Hellcat's Discord?
Let's see.
It'd be the shit.
It'd be the Trail of Tears.
Yeah, Trail
of Tears. I do believe. I think I am in that Discord.
I'll jump into the general. We're gonna do a Talking Into the Void.
Wait a second. Yeah, I am in that one.
Yeah, I'll throw you. I'll try to remember to throw you a message. We're gonna do a Talking to the Void next weekend because we're gonna be alternating, and we can go further on this because Talking to the Voids have absolutely no format whatsoever.
Oh, right on. Because part of what I'm doing with this project is I'm trying to apply the rules I've come up with based on watching the failures of movies and movie franchises. Not just Halloween, but in general. I've actually got some rules now.
Oh yeah,
okay. For making them so that I think they'll be a success.
But I'm pretty sure we need to end this pretty quickly because we're at almost 2.5 hours, and I'm pretty sure Terry's ready just to drop out if he hasn't already.
I'm basically got 7 minutes left, and then I'm just going to bail.
All right. Okay. So I forgot to upload the outro. My bad. Me being lazy on my day off. So just end it. So everybody, thank you for coming out. Thank you, Mitch and new Angela for being here.
Be here.
New Angela, you look a little furry.
By the way, Will, that extends to you next Sunday as well if you want to join.
We'll keep in mind.
So that'll be it. Like I said, thank you all for coming out. Thank you, Mitch. Thank you, Will.
You're welcome. Thank you.
So I will see you guys next week for a regular show. Bye, everybody. God damn it. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Later.
Shake it naked.